I'm your host, Jay, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Hype Club podcast. Hello and good day to everyone except Donald Trump. Like you must have heard, the Trumpster had a little surprise visit from the FBI at his Mar-a-Lago Golf Club in Palm Beach, Florida, last Monday. Oh well, hope they found what they were looking for. How have you been, my lovely listeners? I've missed you. I'm doing well, and hopefully all of you as well. And good luck to everyone who have started school. Wishing you an awesome and bright school year. Now, let's get to business. The Hype Club podcast is featured in FeedSpot Top 60 Entertainment Industry Podcast. And we're also a part of their top 45 best celebrity podcasts to follow. Thank you so much, feedspot.com. Want to support us? You can shop the Hype Club Podcast merch by simply going on the Hype Club Podcast Instagram. Click the link in the bio and you'll be redirected to our TeePublic store page. Or simply hit the link in this episode description. Now, let's get this show started with the latest entertainment news. But first, to have one of your talents, artists, or celebrities on the Hype Club Podcast, please send us an email at thehypeclubpod@gmail.com. Thehypeclubpod@gmail.com. For advertisement, sponsorship inquiries, or have us promote your brand and review your products in one of the Hype Club podcast episodes or on our website, listen up.
Want to advertise, sponsor, or you would like to be a guest on the Hype Club podcast? Send us an email at thehypeclubpodcast@gmail.com or go to our website at thehypeclubpodcast.com. To keep up with all the episodes, subscribe and listen on Apple Podcast or on all platforms where podcasts are available. The Hype Club Podcast is your one-stop destination for trending world and celebrity news. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave a review.
Also, make sure to follow the Hype Club Podcast on all social media platforms, on Instagram and Facebook at the Hype Club Podcast, and Twitter at the Hype Club Pod. Now, grab some tacos and a cold beer, or whatever the fuck you like to drink, and keep listening. Let's go! Get this. A judge has ordered Kevin Spacey to pay House of Cards production company MRC nearly $31 million for alleged sexual misconduct. Spacey, who played Frank Underwood, was kicked off the series during its sixth season after facing allegations that he had sexually assaulted several young men, including a House of Cards production assistant who said Spacey groped him. The production company had argued that Spacey owed them millions in lost profits because his misconduct forced them to remove him from the sixth season of the show, and it had to cut the season from 13 episodes to 8. How is this possible when the man has not been found guilty of anything yet? Well, the judge found that Spacey violated his contract's demands for professional behavior by engaging certain conduct and connection with several crew members in each of the 5 seasons that he starred in and executive-produced House of Cards. Congratulations goes to Teresa Giudice from The Real Housewives of New Jersey and her husband, new husband, Louis Rulas, on their wedding ceremony last weekend, August 6. The couple celebrated their love with some family and friends. Unfortunately, her brother Joe and his wife Melissa Gorga skipped the ceremony last minute because things went south between them. Apparently, there's a rumor, nothing new, that Melissa has been allegedly cheating on her husband, and now everybody knows, courtesy of her good friend, Marge. Good old Marge. Listen, this rumor has been going on since Melissa appeared on the show. Teresa never liked Melissa from the get-go, and they were both pretending to like each other. These women are all above 40 and are acting like little schoolgirls. Grow the fuck up. And to Melissa and Joe, if you can't walk with the big dogs, then get the fuck out. I'm sick and tired of the same damn story about the brother and the sister fighting, and the sister don't like the sister-in-law. Like, give it a rest. Honestly, your parents would be ashamed and so disappointed with both of you. What a poor example to your kids. You're listening to the Hype Club podcast. Get the latest entertainment news by subscribing to all our social media platforms. The Hype Club podcast is your one-stop destination for trending world and celebrity news. Tune in each week to stay updated with all the latest news and headlines from the world of entertainment. It's time for the Hype Club podcast flash news of this week. 5 quick headlines worth mentioning. Let's go. A$AP Rocky has been charged with 2 counts of assault for allegedly shooting, get this, A$AP Raleigh. What the fuck is wrong with these people's name, A$AP? The other one Rocky and the other one Relish. Anyways, nobody cares. U.S. basketball star Brittany Griner was found guilty of drug possession and smuggling in Russian court and sentenced to 9 years in prison. She was also fined 1 million rubles, which equals $16,500 This decision comes 6 months after Griner was arrested at the Moscow airport. Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson have called it quits. Let's not act surprised here. They were an unlikely couple to begin with. Let's be honest. No specific reason was given for the split, but, perhaps a long-distance relationship and a crazy ex didn't help. Ariana said it best. Thank you, next. Some sad news. Actress and singer Olivia Newton-John has passed away at the age of 73. The Grease star was diagnosed with cancer in 1992 and underwent successful treatment before the cancer returned in 2017. Her family made the announcement on her Instagram page. Serena Williams says farewell to tennis on her own terms. In the September issue of Vogue, Serena said that she planned to retire from the sport after playing in the US Open, which begins later this month. The tennis legend will be 41 soon and says, "Something got to give. I'm here to tell you that I'm evolving away from tennis, toward other things that are important to me. A few years ago, I quietly started Serena Ventures, a venture capital firm. Soon after that, I started a family. I want to grow that family." Serena Williams is one of the greats in her field and in sport, period. She paved the way for so many, and she can be proud of all her accomplishments, such as she won more Grand Slam singles titles, 23, than any other woman or man during the Open era. In addition, Serena and her sister Venus won 14 Grand Slam double titles, the second most for a pair in the Open era, and 3 double gold medals at the Olympics. Hats off to you, Serena. Thank you all for listening to another episode of the Hype Club podcast. Tune in next week for the latest world and entertainment news. Until then, have a blessed and great week. Ciao! All stories depicted or mentioned in this episode are allegedly for entertainment purposes only.